Jared Goff, Ben Johnson. I think the biggest takeaway from Hard Knocks, confidence, communication skills of Ben Johnson are everything I've believed they were, what was being reported, what we were seeing in the offense's performance.
Right.
My first thing I'll say is it's a run-first offense. And when they establish the run, that's where play action, deception, beating you over the top will come into play. It's going to be a very tricky offense to play against this year. They have one of the better offensive lines in the league. DeAndre Swift, Jamal Williams, Craig Reynolds. They have a deep backfield. TJ Hawkinson, will we see him finally emerge, right, as the tight end you expect him to be? You have Amon-Ra St. Brown, DJ Chark. Jameson Williams will come back 4, 5, 6 weeks into the season. Josh Reynolds. There are players on offense. And I have zero doubts that Jared Goff, minimum, won't be able to go out and have arguably his best season in 3-4 years.
Well, I'll tell you what, and I'm not trying to say Ben Johnson will be Matt LaFleur, but when the Rams went to the Super Bowl, who was their OC? Matt LaFleur. When Jared Goff has a good relationship with his OC, that's when Jared Goff's at his best. And I know afterwards, everything kind of went downwards, but you see the relationship he already has with Ben Johnson. And we've been echoing this since last October, about how we see Ben Johnson as the future of the NFL in terms of that's what you're looking for in a head coach. Young, innovative, motivated, has a good communicator, has a good relationship with all his players. And that's what Ben Johnson, you could see, has with his offense, and Jared Goff. Jared Goff says great things about him. And I'll get to Amon-Ra called him a genius, by the way. Scored a touchdown in the practice, said, Ben, you're a genius. But the relationship between a quarterback and your OC is so important. And it's not just that. Quarterback coach as well. The Rams had a lot of success with this. Zach Taylor coming from the LA Rams as a quarterback coach. You had Matt LaFleur, who was an OC with the LA Rams. And I'll just tell you this, and I'm not saying Ben Johnson's going to be Matt LaFleur, but when you have that relationship that Ben and Jared do, Ben gets what Jared does well. He understands, and he's like, all right, I'm willing to implement what you like into this offense. Jared Goff has more of a say now. He's in for a good season. And define good, I mean, for us, it's near 30 touchdowns, somewhere in the ballpark of 26 to 28 touchdowns, double-digit interceptions, I think, personally. I think that would be a good season. We would all take that from Jared Goff. So I love the relationship they have together, Adam. I think they're building something, and this season they're going to be able to build on it. But this season, expect them to be efficient.
You got a little soundbite last night between Dan and Jared Goff. Do you remember what it was?
I remember them talking, and he talked about him getting more comfortable, right?
Close. Starts with the C. Dan Campbell walked up to Jared Goff.
Right.
Said, Bud, you're slinging it. Look great.
Right.
Doing well. And Goff said, yeah, I'm confident.
Confidence.
Confident in the receivers. This year they're going up and getting the ball. They're making plays. And that just gives me more confidence as a quarterback. Compare this Jared Goff that you're seeing now to what you saw last year. Sluggish, pedestrian, not really engaged much. I love what I'm seeing. I think Jared Goff is primed to have a good season. Not elite, not all-pro, not a franchise quarterback, but a good season. And what does a good season look like? If I told you 4,000 yards, flat, 4,000, 26, 27 touchdowns, 9, 10 interceptions, you wouldn't take a 2.7 touchdown to interception ratio? Yeah, you would.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you would. It's almost 30-1. You absolutely would. Ben Johnson's going to have this offense clicking. One of the major complaints you had last year was that the offense couldn't score. And if they just scored more than 20 points, or 20 or more points, they would have won double the amount of games they won last year. Shoulda, coulda, woulda.